So I just wanted to share it with you guys at the very operations of my family life. And so that's like, I think that cuts off both sides of the corruption in the family, because that cuts off the corruption on my mom's side, that cuts off the corruption on my dad's side, that we know that all of those souls went to heaven, meaning he curses to the fourth generation of those who hate him, but blesses to the thousandth generation of those who love him and keep his commandments. So we have four generations clean. Now what we have to do now is uproot, make sure we don't have any little extra ties, and I was trying to share some of those ties so you guys could uproot them too. Um, and I also I'm trying to share. I like have other stuff too on different forms of like stuff to uproot. Like I want you guys to change the name of yourselves from neuron to memory cells, like mem cells. You say memi cells, like MEMY, like capitalize the Y, because that's so cool. Kind of like if you were a scientist, like MEM capital Y, because like they just do stuff like that sometimes. I'm like, that's cool. So Messiah Yeshua cells, like memi cells, okay, or it stands for kind of memory cells. So I think that's a cool idea, because Yeshua's like, I want my name in it because there's other people that think they're Messiah. So I'm like, okay. Um, so like mem cells. So we have or at least in some way, mem cells. So mem is means it means mission, Messiah. It's the letter M in Hebrew, and if you look at the hidden meaning of the letter, it says Messiah. Okay, and the Mem is in the palm of your hand. You see that? Can you see that M? It goes like I wish I could draw it. But yeah, there's an M. If you look, there it is. See the M, and it's like mem. It's like a mem. And so I was calling our new brain cells, because we named our brain cells neuron on accident, which was the name of the Antichrist in the Bible, which is probably on some level making people ill. I wouldn't give too much power to it. Evan Alexander went to heaven. He was a neurologist and came back, so don't give power to that. But I'm saying rewire your brain, rewire your brain. Name it something positive and not something negative. Name those cells something positive and not something negative. We have naming rights, we're humans, we have naming rights. So I'm like, memi cells, I'm like, hey, that's a part of our system, our whole system. And so we call memi cells or memory cells instead of neurons. So neurons were like, that's what they call the memory cells. It's all like they're trying to impress the name on the mind. So they put it on your memory cells. So it's better to call it memorology instead of neurology and stuff like that. And it was like some way that Daddy in heaven was helping me heal others. So you won't have anything negative spoken over your body temple, so you'll heal better. So a lot of healing is lifting word curses sometimes. So like I lift the curse of dementia off the bloodline in Yahushua's name off of myself, and I lift the curse of DID off of myself, and it's like those kind of prayers. So yeah. Those are just some ways I wanted to help, and then Christ put on my heart to help too. And I'm trying to think. And then that's a major one lifted. And don't sing songs that say money on my mind, okay? It's like little pitfalls. And then we were trying to get GS1 to change barcodes to remove anything with a 3 sequence. The original person had his name, the original person who made that, his name added up to 666, so he's kind of putting his signature on it. But it's also linked to, he was making fun of Neuron Caesar, also, and he was putting it on our stuff for buying and selling, okay? As he was in charge of the buying and selling network over there. So it actually says 000, so it's like 0 De Niro, so it's like blank blank blank. I was like, you might be able to use barcodes as blank, and some of the blanks, like some of them have the 3 prongs, like I'm just talking about the longer lines, and some of them don't. So this one I'm looking at has 1 2 3 4 barcodes, like 4 longer lines instead of 3, so they're not all like that. It's just So write to them to change that, because, and this is why I want people to take that seriously, is because we just had mass shootings, we just had assassination attempts, we've had wars, like this is this stuff that they're using to do psychological warfare on the people. And I would really like people to write in and get it changed. They're like, well, why should we care about this religious stuff anyway? I'm like, because this could affect everyone's reality and can help. If we get it changed, it can help bring a brighter future and a safer future for our people. Okay. You don't want people getting triggered by that. There's so many people in mental health hospitals right now, and that's the stuff they're triggered by. That's the stuff that I've met my friends and family, my friends that I've met in mental health hospitals. That's the stuff we talk about. That's the stuff we were getting triggered by. Oh, that's the stuff that was upsetting us mentally. It's like we were seeing this stuff on different levels, the corruption, and people, tried to hurt people. People with schizophrenia, they're so paranoid. I'm like, well, that's what they are fixated on. They have a fear. Their amygdala is lit up with the fear hormone. They can't help it. And that's what they are fixated on. Okay. I think the Lord's water, Jorah water, could definitely heal a lot of schizophrenia. And it is like, I think it can heal psychosis and schizophrenia, and I just say just pray through it. Drink the waters, heal, redo the brain, because what is that water? You drink the water, it renews the mind. It's going to rebuild the mind, and remember that your memory, everything comes from Daddy in heaven. Everything is stored in heaven, okay? Not just on earth in your body temple, but everything, your memory, your everything, your mind, your mental, your perception, your everything to do with this life is stored in heaven. Sometimes my mind will blank out, and I'll be like, I just have to relax. I'll be like, Daddy, have him send that memory to me, and he sends the memory. So so it's really cool how that works. And so I just thought I'd share some of that knowledge with you guys. So I'm really excited about that stuff. And I'm not a neurologist, but I've been in the mental health field. I went to Winthrop University, and I did not graduate, but I was a minor in psychology. Plus, I was fully immersed in the psychological realm after I walked through my spiritual stuff. So I felt like I had to treat it both ways, both spiritual and then the physical. So I was like, what medicine do I need? Who do I need to talk to? And it just became a full immersion study. Okay. And that's what, if you're interested in the spiritual aspect of it, I do you're looking at stuff like schizophrenia or DID. I want you to look at Pigs of the Parlor, and use fire on the water. And so I'm hoping that will bring a lot of help and to the people in need in this time. And I'm like, that you might get a lot more gentle abstractions that way, because people are like, I need something gentle, especially in my poor mental state. And I'm like, the water, the Gertrude chaplet, prayer, petition, fasting. Some only come out by prayer and fasting. So some people say, I need an exorcist. They might just need a prayer team. Okay, so I need a full-blown exorcism. I need a full-blown. I might just need a heavy prayer team. And don't be exclusive. Okay, be one body with Miss Fiat. Okay, like all the Christian, don't be exclusive. Okay, because people get very teamy. Like, I'm Team Orthodox. I'm Team Catholic. I'm like, this is cool. So I'm just like, I'm going to get as much prayer as I can, because we're all one Christian family, and I'm going to help my Christian brethren, and we're going to work together. Mother Mary in apparition told us we cannot get to heaven without each other. I don't care what spiritual team you guys are on. So, and sometimes she's Catholic, so she's appeared to the Orthodox Church too, and Lutheran is supportive of her, and so is the Episcopal Church. So I stick with the churches where they're supportive of her, and I bless all the other churches too. I've also practiced Messianic Judaism, which is just by Hebraic learning, but yeah. So I just try my best to practice that. I'm still Christian Gentile. They get the best way I can. So, but that's what my current that's where my current studies are. And so I hope that helps and brings more faith. And please use the right name, because I think like people. That's what I was saying. I was like, there's so many different names. I know not everyone can pronounce it, but everyone can at least try to as best they can. But like, I'm looking at people like I like the people that get martyred, and they go through a martyrdom, and I'm like, so many people have gone down for another pronunciation that Daddy in heaven didn't, like, that wouldn't have been on his birth certificate. So pick the highest name to go down in the name of, and make sure you bring the message of the highest name. If you use the name Jesus, that's one thing, but make sure you bring up the highest name, because it's like, let's say if you're going out to evangelize, you want to make sure you're going down in the right name, and you want to go down in, you don't want to go down in mediocre land, you want to go down as a legend, that's how they say. So I wanted to just share that idea with you guys. Other thing about Charlie Kirk and stuff, and my husband is very loves Charlie Kirk. So he just adores Charlie Kirk. And then I'm pregnant. I'm like upset, like got really sad thinking about his wife. And his wife has that baby, and I'm like, he just went up to heaven, And my husband got so emotional about it. But yeah, and I'm not political. I'm really like I'm independent, and my vote was like kind of Kennedy, in the Kennedy realm. Like, and I'm a swing voter. Okay, so my heart really goes out to a lot of both groups and everything that they're going through. I just don't know everything in regards to these politicals. I like, sometimes my vote is just like, I pray my vote in. A lot of times, even when I go to the voting box, like this year, I was like, I vote this, Heavenly Father, I vote this, but your will above my own. If this is not your will, let my vote get lost in the mail. It's so easy for him to manipulate that reality. So I'm just like, I'll vote the best way I can with those. So, like, he told me that Biden was going to be in office, and he told me Trump was going to be in office. I try to vote with prophecy. Well, I should ask him which way he would like me to vote instead of just voting with prophecy. Actually, I was about to say it too, because I was like, well, who would you want me to vote for? Well, with prophecy, is it? But just because he prophesies something doesn't mean he wants that, I'm like, but he always gets what he ordains. He gets what he ordains, and so, like I'm looking at, well, he like technically he prophesied Hitler into office. Did he want Hitler in office? Not really, you know? But he had to fulfill a purpose. What I'm saying. So I'm like, if this is not your will, let my vote get lost in the mail, because I can't always discern that stuff. So, but always just ask and vote Daddy's will in those things is what I was thinking. I was like, well, if it's prophesied, I'm going to pray for it. If it's prophesied, I'm going to vote that way. So I don't know. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to look at prophecy. I'm going to ask him what he wants me to do from now on. In regards to vote, I'm going to do research, being like, is this honorable? Is this respectful? I don't know. I'm turning over a new leaf because my grandfather passed away. And so I was like, kind of voting in his